Recording. Okay. Okay, first of all is that if we have this kind of question.
Wait, sir, did you ever send us the OneNote link?
What?
I forget. The OneNote link. I don't know where I can get it.
The OneNote link.
Yeah.
I forget also.
Or can you just take pictures, sir? Screenshot and post it somewhere.
What do you mean?
After class, can you take screenshot of the answer? The solution.
You can do it.
It's okay, sir. I just want to listen now.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll try. Okay, so number 4. Welcome, right? Okay. So the path difference, as I said to you, is R2 minus R1. Or in this case, is 24.3 minus 22.5 meter, which is 1.8 meter. That's the idea. And then after that, we need to find the wavelength. Okay, the wavelength formula is lambda is equal to V over F, which is the speed of sound here, 340 meter per second over its frequency is 850 hertz. Right here, you can see here. So the sound speed of sound 350 of 40 meter per second, and the frequency 850 hertz. Okay, so we have the wavelength is equal to 0.4 meter. And then after that, we want to find what's actually the order. What is it? The interference type, the type of interference. Is it the constructive or destructive? Now we know this by do division between path difference over the wavelength. Now, the path difference is equal to 1.8 meter over 0.4 meter, and then equal to 4.5. And then as you can see here, not 4.5 meter, just 4.5 as the integer. Now, 4.5, as you can see here, this is the idea of destructive interference because there's the idea of plus a half here. So instead of constructive, this will create destructive interference. Okay. So 4.5. So the half integer multiple of lambda, and therefore because of the value of the 4.5, we can conclude that this is a destructive interference. Destructive interference. Yeah, destructive interference. So that's A. That's how you deduce it. That's why it's 4 marks. This is 1 mark. This is maybe from here. This is 1 mark. This is 1 mark. This is the conclusion. So total 4. 1, 1, 1, 1. 4 marks. Clear? Gede clear? Okay. So that's how you do it. Okay, now we go here. A microphone moves along the line from P to Q. PQ is normal to the line of midway between the loudspeakers. The intensity of sound is detected by microphone, by the microphone. Predict the variation of detected intensity as the microphone moves from P to Q. So this one, from P to Q. A microphone moves along the line from P to Q. PQ is normal to the line midway between the loudspeaker. Normal is basically perpendicular. The intensity of sound is detected by the microphone. Predict the variation of the detected intensity as the microphone moves from P to Q. Okay, here. So sound is just,
Sir.
yeah.
Sir?
Yeah.
Why is it destructive?
Because of this 4.5, there's a half element.
Oh, because
Here,
because like that?
this one. This one. Here.
Wait, how do you know that the half is? Oh, okay, I get it.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. It's a good question. It's a good question. Thank you for asking, for the clarification. Yeah, we continue. So here, I said to you, sound is sound. It means that it is a wave. Therefore, how to answer this? How about the intensity? Predict the variation detected intensity as the microphone moves from P to Q. Predict the variation. Of course, there's a series of maxima and minima. So we can say like this. Intensity will vary as a series of equally spaced out spaced out maxima and minima. Okay, so as you can see, this is P, and then the microphone moves later to Q. In terms of waves, you can say like this, that you start at P here, minimum, and then a series of minimum, maximum, minima, maxima. Here, so this is Q. So you start P minimum, minima, and you end up minimum, you end up maximum at Q, or vice versa. You actually can say that at P it starts maximum, and then end up at Q minimum. Okay, question Jessica and the others. Auri, clear?
Sir, I still don't get it.
It's like can moving. Do you know the Doppler effect? Doppler effect is when you actually standing, when ambulance is actually like passing you with high speed. Something like that. You will hear the series of maximum and minimum, right? Something like that. Because it's moving. There is a variation of frequency because of the speed of the sound wave. Do you get it? Like, yeah, you will hear maximum, minimum, maximum, minimum, maximum, minimum as the sound. Just imagine this microphone is like the ambulance. Yeah, ambulance is basically speaker. Speaker is basically microphone, right? Yeah, ambulance is basically like microphone, big microphone, moving. That's why.
Sir, can you move to the question? I want to see the question.
Move, right? Move. To here.
The variation. I don't understand the drum. The one on
The sound, the
middle.
source of the sound is here, right?
Yeah.
And then you just move the microphone. Because you move, there's a variation of changes of the distance or location, right? Yeah, that actually will also change in terms of here. The lambda is equal to the previous one. Lambda is equal to V over F. Okay, so the wavelength doesn't change. V lambda is equal to V. Okay, F times lambda is equal to V. But this but just say moves. Okay, this one moves. When this one is actually moving, what happens is that here, and then this one, it will make the frequency changes also. Do you get it? Detected by this. The frequency comes from the source doesn't change. But when this one, there's a variation of movements. How to say it? See this as the series of maxima minima. It's like light. Okay, diffraction. Nah, here. Okay, see the idea is like a series of maxima and minima. Okay, so for example, like this one. Okay, so this is the source. Okay, can you okay, I make it bigger. Okay, this is the source of the speaker. Okay, and then this is your microphone moving from this to here, right? So what the microphone detect is actually a series of maxima and minima. Maximum, minimum. How do you know it's actually maximum? Here, when you see there's a light, red light. How do you know it's minimum? Here, the absence of light. Do you get it? That's actually what's actually happening also in terms of sound waves. Because light and sound are basically waves. They actually acting in the same way like this. A series of minimum and maximum, minimum, maximum, minimum, maximum. And that's also what the microphone also experience. This is part of the interference here. Now, how do you know it's actually maximum and minimum? Here, minimum is basically cancel, annihilation, or black. Okay? And then this is actually the biggest one. The biggest constructive interference, shining bright. Does it help? Krishna, okay, clear? So like P move, like the microphone moves from P to Q. Because it's moving, yeah, of course the microphone experience the series of minimum and maximum sound of this interference of these two sources of sound. In this case, it's actually light, but the idea is actually more or less the same. What do you think, Alicia? Getting more confused or getting clearer?
I can't sugarcoat it. I'm getting confused.
Okay, here I said Kan the question is actually asking us to answer in statement, not in calculation. So the intensity will vary as a series of equally spaced out of maxima and minima. Here, imagine this is P moving to Q. Yeah, of course, this guy, the microphone will detect a variation of intensity or minimum, maximum, minimum, maximum. In terms of sound, what is the meaning of minimum? When the microphone moves in this location, it doesn't detect sound at all. That's the meaning. Minimum means that there's no sound at all. Maximum means that the sound is getting bigger than usual. Minimum means there's no sound detected at all. Here, you clearly hear the sound. The microphone clearly hear the sound. That's actually the idea. That's why in the concert, you need to also understand the idea of minimum, maximum. If you don't understand the physics, then you don't hear what's actually the BTS concert is also singing about. You don't know, you don't understand. Why I don't hear the sound? The sound is different. Because of the idea of constructive and destructive, or the series of maxima and minima in a room of acoustic hall. So location is very important in enjoying a concert. And I think VIP is already determined. That's actually one of the location of hearing maxima, the best spot in any concert. That's VIP, acoustically. Now, does it help? Yeah, I know this is hard because I think you guys already learned sound, right? With Pak Willy before, waves in general. Any comment? Halo, Gede. Aurik, is it you guys already learned about the sound waves here? Hello, Arik, are you there? Okay, so I understand. Okay. But not deeply. Okay. Okay then. Now, when both loudspeakers are operating, the intensity of sound recorded at Q is I/O. Now, usually anything that related to I/O is something that original. Okay. Both loudspeaker. Now the loudspeaker is now disconnected, so only one that actually operating. Loudspeaker A continues to emit sound with unchanged amplitude and frequency. The intensity of sound recorded at Q changes to IA. Estimate IA over IO. Okay. At Q. So at Q is actually here. So when both operates, we have IO. When only A operates, we have IA. So what's actually the ratio between IA and IO? This is actually the trick here. So we know that intensity of the sound is directly proportional to its amplitude square. Okay. Now, as you can see here, there are two loudspeakers. Okay, A and B. What does it mean? It means they contribute one amplitude. Therefore, as a total is actually 2A. Therefore, if E equivalent E is indirectly proportional to A square, therefore IO is equivalent to 2A square. Why 2A square? Because there are two loudspeakers. But now, at the conditions of IA, only IA operates. B doesn't. B doesn't operate. So only A. Therefore, IA is equivalent or directly proportional only A square. 2A square it, you have 4a squared. And then here, a squared. The question is asking about the ratio between IO over IA. Yeah, the answer is 4, a square over 4a square. So equal to 1 over 4. That's the answer. Okay. Good day. Are you there? Hello. Aurik, are you there? Hello.
Yes, my Wi-Fi is a bit
Okay.
sorry.
Okay, guys. That's actually C. Now, question. Jessica, clear? Jessica, clear about the C? Okay. In
Yes,
another
no,
experiment,
yes.
loudspeaker A is stationary and emits sound with a frequency of 850 hertz. The microphone is moving directly away from the loudspeaker with constant speed. Okay. The frequency of sound recorded by the microphone is 845 hertz. Explain why the frequency recorded by the microphone is lower than the frequency emitted by the loudspeaker. Okay. So the speed of the sound wave relative to the microphone is lower since lambda is unchanged. Okay, so in this context is that the wavelength doesn't change. Okay, it's unchanged. Okay, frequency is also lowered. Okay, these are the key things. Okay, the speed lowered, therefore the frequency lowered. Why? Because lambda f is equal to v. So if this one constant, if the speed constant, here lambda is equal to vs v. For lambda f is equal to vs. Okay, so if the velocity or the speed of the sound lowered, the frequency lowered, because this one is constant, it doesn't change. So makes sense from the equation itself. Okay, now question. Felicia clear? Krishna clear? Auri clear? Okay. Owen? Okay so far? Okay. Okay, now DII. Okay. Now this is the idea of Doppler's effect. Okay, calculate the V. What's actually the speed of this constant speed here? Okay, of the microphone is moving at a constant speed. The question is finding what's actually the value of V of this constant speed. Okay, So we need to use this formula of Doppler effect, that the observed frequency is equal to the original frequency times the speed of sound minus the speed of the object over the speed of the sound. Okay. So as I said to you, fxn is actually the observed frequency. The f is actually the frequency of the source. Okay. And then we have Vs, speed of sound, 340 meters per second. And then V is the one that we are actually looking for. Here we need to play a little bit algebra here. Okay. So what we should do, we times it here. Fxn Vs is equal to F Vs minus Fv. And then here, what we have is that this one move, Vf become plus. And then we move this one. So Fv is equal to Fvs minus Fxn Vs. And then V is equal to Fvs minus Fxn Vs over F. Or basically, V is equal to Vs F minus Fxn over F. And then we have V is equal to, the Vs is 340 meters per second. Here, 850 minus 845 over 850. And then you have 2.00 meter per second. Done. So I'm sorry if this session only like explaining to you about number 4. First, it is my mistake that I don't really find my electronic pen. And second, yeah, I think the time spent also well for explaining the things that you don't get it. But do you have question? Clear? Or not clear? Oh yeah, okay, thank you. Guys, don't forget tomorrow to bring your what do we call it?
Wait, we don't have physics 1. Do we?
What?
Do we have physics 4?
Yes, right? Or no, yeah? No, yeah. I forget. Oh, no, yeah. We don't have, yeah. Oh, yeah, no. On Thursday, please bring to me your itu, so that I can grade it. The what do you call it? The experiment, okay? Report. Individual ya.
Kan yang tenisnya belum.
Tenisnya ntar aja deh. Nggak apa-apa, yang itu aja dulu.
Kasih di sekolah aja serius.
Yeah. Please bring it to school.
Which one? The worksheet, right?
Yeah.
No need to add anything.
No. That will be part of the IA assessment criteria. Okay, anyway, thank you so much, guys. I hope you have a good day. And also, yeah, we can continue to live and be fruitful. Bye.